born in Chicago, then I went to Ecuador, right?
Well, how old were you when you went?
I was like 5 or 6. So I spent first grade to fourth grade out there, right? And so at one of the schools at recess, we used to get out, right? And Ecuador is fucking soccer, everybody does that.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yep.
So we're like, all right. So so in first grade, second, and third grade, you don't. So how we played soccer at recess, we looked for an empty juice plastic container that somebody drank or whatever.
Soccer ball.
And that was the soccer ball, and we play that, and you might think that like that's I don't know if it's fucked up or whatever, but you learn a lot of skills through that because you have to handle that little plastic little shit, and you have to move it with your feet, and you learn how to play soccer with that little shit because that was every day at recess.
And people took it seriously, right?
Because you didn't bring your own soccer ball, because if you brought your own soccer ball, the grown-up kids will steal your ball. That's just the thing it is. So we just all right, we got out of recess. There's a bunch of shit in the trash or whatever on the side. Like you drink your shit, and we play with that juice empty container that somebody drank, and that's how we play soccer. And that's the memories I had. So like you do, you.
How old were you? How many years were you living over there?
Like 6 to like 9 or 10. 6 or 10. First grade or fourth grade. Yeah.
So those are interesting years, though.
Yeah. I mean, that was how we played soccer at recess.
See, I think of it like two worlds. When you're living over there and you're living here, so much difference has happened that it feels like two different worlds. What was the most interesting thing in Ecuador? That now like, wow, that was interesting over there, even though people didn't think it was interesting.
Interesting? I don't know. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Something
like, okay, I got a good one.
Different.
So I lived there in the 80s. So it was like early 80s, like 85 to like 89 or 90, right? And a thing that was common out there. So like me and my mom and my sister, we're like middle class or like lower middle class in Ecuadorian.
Ecuador was like middle class.
Like we were.
Yeah.
And so when we went out to eat, and like a sit down, right over there's a sit down restaurant, and like a TJ Fridays, but it's different from the 80s, and it's common out there. You eat at the table, right, and out the window. There's the poor kids looking at you eating the fucking food you're eating. That's normal, and so you're eating your fucking chicken, right? And there's fucking kids outside, like fucking 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds, poor ass kids, Indians, looking at you eat. They want food. You get so accustomed. We got so accustomed. Now remember, we're not rich. So don't think we're rich. We're lower middle class, and even the middle class of Ecuador sees the difference between that and the kids in the street. So just going out to like a normal like a little fast food restaurant, but you eat at the table, it was normal to see poor kids just like looking at you eating that, wanting the food. And poverty there's a lot of, so the poverty is a big thing, the big difference, so that's interesting. So you see a lot of poor kids and their moms and dad, mostly Indians, and you don't see that as much here. So the point is that the struggle out there is way more. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if there is a struggle here in the States, but the struggle out there, it is real, because there's fucking kids out there living in the fucking streets with their mom and dads. Sometimes, and there's kids everywhere out there just living by themselves. That's I don't know if the Americans can ever understand that experience or that situation of how raw that is, because you don't see that here. You don't see fucking kids in the fucking streets. That's common in Latin America, and so I think that's a big thing that you see the difference between here and there, man.